What's up, guys? All right, we're starting Unit 7, one of my absolute favorites, human nutrition. So in this unit, we are going to cover the diet. What are the nutrients that we need to be intaking for us to survive as humans, as well as looking at the alimentary canal, which is Cambridge's way to describe the digestive system, as well as the difference between mechanical and chemical digestion and absorption and assimilation. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on 7.1. Diet. So what is a balanced diet? We have several necessary nutrients in our diets as humans, and these would include carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, also known as fats, vitamins, minerals, dietary fiber. And you're going to notice that in America, we spell fiber with an ER at the end. Cambridge is going to put it RE at the end, and of course, water. All right, so let's look at this table here. You're going to have a table similar to this in your notes. So these are food types, and of course their functions for us as well as sources. Some of these are going to be a review, like carbohydrates, protein, and lipids. You should know what those are with their function as far as what they provide for us, and then of course sources of those are listed. Then we have dietary fiber, which is like roughage for us. It's very important because it helps our intestines push food throughout that alimentary canal. And we get this from things like vegetables and whole grains. Then we have certain vitamins, and we're going to go into more detail of those here in just a second. We need those in small quantities to maintain health, and we can get them from fruits and vegetables, as well as things like a multivitamin that you might take every day. Also some minerals, and we also need these in small quantities. And then water. Water is so important. It helps keep us hydrated because the chemical reactions take place in our cells as they are dissolved in as much water as possible to keep our cells healthy. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the specific vitamin and mineral requirements. Vitamin C is going to help form essential parts of collagen protein, which makes up skin, hair, gums, and bones. You also need to note, if you have a deficiency of vitamin C, you will suffer from something called scurvy. The way that I always remember this, vitamin C is curvy like scurvy. I don't know, it just helps me remember that. Hopefully it can help you. Sources of vitamin C, citrus fruit, strawberries, and green vegetables. Moving on to vitamin D, this helps the body absorb calcium, which is required for strong bones and teeth. It's found in oily fish, eggs, liver, dairy products, and can also be made naturally by the body when you have access to sunlight. So sunlight can be healthy, but of course in moderation. Calcium, needed for strong teeth and bones as well, and involved in blood clotting. A deficiency of calcium can lead to osteoporosis later in life. We get calcium from milk, cheese, and eggs. And then iron. Iron is needed to make hemoglobin, which is the pigment in red blood cells that helps transport oxygen. We find this in red meat, liver, leafy green vegetables, and things like spinach. All right, and then of course, your cause and effects of vitamin and mineral deficiency. Vitamin D and iron we need to focus on. So if you have a lack of vitamin D, the cause is usually a lack of sunlight, or you're not getting enough of vitamin D in your diet. This can cause rickets. So this is where the bones become soft and deformed, because we need vitamin D for the absorption of calcium to help strengthen our bones. And then we'll move on to iron. If you are lacking iron, it can be from your diet. And this can cause something called anemia, which is fairly common to be anemic. You've probably heard that phrase. This is where there's not enough red blood cells, so tissues don't get enough oxygen delivered to them. And it's because iron is so important to our hemoglobin and the bonding of oxygen inside of those red blood cells. All right, we're going to pause here, and then we'll continue on for part 2.